Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ngan Pham. And today's topic I wanted to talk to you about is the finances and business of yoga. So this is what they don't tell you in yoga teacher training. So if you're interested in trying to make a living or just like if this is going to be your side hustle, then probably you're just doing it for the love of it. But if you are trying to make um, make ends meet and actually pay the bills with it, and doing it because you love it, this is what they don't tell you. Okay, so a lot of the classes that you teach when you first start to audition, so when you try to get a job, you audition, you give them a resume. But honestly, I feel like resumes are so obsolete. When I had my yoga studio, I honestly didn't care about the resume because you can have all these like different yoga certificates, but when you teach, you can't public speak and you're nervous and can you? So the resume just didn't speak to me. People would hand me resumes and I would just be like, okay, just teach a class, teach me a class. So that's the way you usually audition for a job. And then once you get the job, sometimes they pay you a flat fee, and then they pay you a flat fee, even if no one shows up or does show up, and then they pay you per person over a certain certain number. So say pretend you get a $20 flat fee, and after the fifth person, you get paid $10 per person over 5. So the sixth person will be 20 plus 10. And that's kind of how the yoga industry works, and it probably still works that way. But I challenge yoga teachers in this. I think it's year 2020. I'm making this, or no, 2022. I'm making this video in July 2022, and I stuck with just the normal paradigm of doing the normal fee. And if you do like a corporate class, maybe you get paid $100 per class with no commission, meaning no cap size. Over 5, over 6 students, you get more. But what I've learned is that if you are a good teacher, okay, what does a good teacher mean? That you actually can relate to your students, you see your students, you've done your self-practice, self-study, and whatever philosophy that you're spitting out doesn't sound like you just repeated it from some other person, you can charge more than 100. I actually challenged myself that I would no longer do any private classes for corporations, kids, private sessions, for anything less than $200 per class. And guess what? I got that. I got $200 per private lesson. And I would challenge you, if you are a seasoned teacher, and if you don't know if you are a seasoned teacher or if you need some more help or feedback, I'm happy to watch you teach class. You can find me on my website and help you identify that. But if you are a seasoned teacher, I would never accept anything less than 100 per class. Nothing less for a public class with commission, okay? Or I would just put my level at 200. Because at the end of the day, y'all know that it takes time to make the sequence. It takes time to become so good at public speaking and teaching your students and seeing your students and doing your own practice, investing in trainings, investing in your constant learning. So don't sell yourself short. And if we up level our consciousness as yoga teachers, we will no longer teach classes for so low. And I am a normal person, and every normal people need money to survive. And it's also an exchange of energy, right? So you almost feel kind of depleted, maybe even resentful. Sometimes you may not feel like you want to teach because the pay is so low, you feel taken advantage of, kind of these like rapey vibes, you know? And I'm not a believer in free yoga. I'm not. I did it for a while, and I did it for a while only because to learn to be a better teacher, right? So if you are in this beginning stage of yoga teacher training and teaching your friends and stuff like that, yes, by all means do it for free and get better. Um, and if you are better and you've been doing it for a while and you feel like what you say kind of flows and students like the way you teach, don't do free, charge more. And you deserve to make a living, and you deserve not only to make ends meet, but to thrive and to notice that when you are coming from this place of like you're taken care of, you teach better. You teach better, the mood is better, the vibes are better, and your students appreciate you more. And they actually, when they pay a higher fee, they pay attention more. They get more out of the class. So in a way, you're kind of serving yourself, okay, and the other person. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can find me on my website. Feel free to email me. All right.